welcome. Welcome one, welcome all to the Faceless. And I'm just here testing out my wonderful new Streamlabs addition to this. Is basically just a test. And we'll go as it comes. As I get a few subscribers joining up, I'll field some questions. It's an amazing day today. We're at 888 subs, folks. Yes. China to 3 channel has reached the ultimate level. The ultimate level has been reached with 888 subscribers. And we are filming that right now. So I'm just fixing up this here little... Oh. We've reached the 888 levels.
I just sent that to you because I thought it was like complete evidence, like of him going, yeah, me and my friends are gaming Steam it, here's how we do it. Me and my friends are gaming on you with this phone coin from SVB.
I think people need to see the real-time example of the scam that they've been experiencing for years.
So here's the message, Quinn, and this is taken directly from the Discord chat. You see
from that Anonhide Discord chat that...
Wonder if I could see who's joining this here. I guess I could put that up on my board, all the people that are in the darn room. Let me go look with another channel and see what's going on here on the Psychic LARP. Psychic LARP. It's now getting shared on my main channel, so folks, it won't be long. Psychic LARP. It's now... We'll turn the volume down on that so it doesn't drive you nuts. And I turned on the TTS, talk to speech. So I don't know if it's if you go into the Streamlabs there, and if you can do TTS through that link there, and then you can talk to speech, you could say crazy things, and so on and so forth. So you can see there on the bottom left corner there, the dump above the Dump Trump t-shirt, that's pure garbage. If you love Trump, forget about that t-shirt. And yeah, so as I get new subscribers, we'll see we'll see little animations in the middle of the screen and all kinds of stuff. It'll be amazing. But I thought maybe I could do talk to speech, but maybe it's let me try it here on my other computer with this see if this gives me the option to do talk to speech. Redirect Streamlabs Psychic LARP UNRIG, folks. So I wonder where is let me send a message. The best is when people come in, they don't chat, they just stay all quiet. Then I don't have to worry about so yeah, we got the Psychic Rig Streamlabs page. We're open it now. To use a GIF. Wait. How can I do TTS? Man, can't you do TTS somewhere here? There must be another link to do talk to speech, or a button somewhere, or I gotta have a link to YouTube channel. Oh, it's through the gaming. So what's good in the hood, y'all? What's been going on the old YouTube this here day? Oh, cool. All right, so I'll have to look into it a bit further. What's up, Adelaide? So I was trying to figure out who exactly or how to do the talk to speech. I set up talk to speech on my stream here. So if you want, you go into the talk to speech, and it's got to be somewhere like Streamlabs talk to speech, and then Psychic LARP UNRIG, and basically somewhere on that website you should be able to actually talk to speech. So what's good, Adelaide? What happened today on the old YouTube? I didn't watch any videos. I didn't check anything out. Trying to steer clear of this here creepy place with all these people that are reorganizing themselves after before the purge. No point in working too hard until after the purge. We can see who's left and who's not. So I've been having a good time messing around with this Streamlabs, and trying to figure out how to do the talk to speech. Pro settings. Oh, $5.99 a month, baby. All right. Chill down. This Jesus, this Streamlabs, man, they're working hard. Yeah, well, what's going on with the Patriots over here? I mean, it's like they pretty much gave up on their remember they were militias and they were going around with Pete Santilli. I mean, they did that hard from 2015 to 2016, halfway through the year, man. It was Patriot videos every day. And now they just friggin' up and vanished. They took all their fake judges and their fake friggin' lawyers, and they hop skipped and ran out of town with their snake oil. So, does anyone know how to use Streamlabs and do a talk-to-speech? I guess I could look. I could just type in Streamlabs talk-to-speech. How to set up talk-to-speech. How to use setup. Donations. How to get speech. How to get TTS to work on an iPhone. Yeah, well, basically, Adelaide, I noticed that today when I turned on my stream, I had 5 people watching, and nobody said anything, but that's because I'm like at this point, people just want to absorb the information. They don't want to participate in the psychosis, so they're just waiting for more good info, you know. Pretty much once I start talking, it starts flowing. It's like kung fu, man. It's like Bruce Lee over here. So okay, you won't get TTS working on an iPhone. When I asked, okay. Okay. So I don't have to worry about that right now. The text-to-speech is not, doesn't seem to be totally available at this moment. Who's watching without talking? Smart people. Most of them don't have accounts, so they just see the live button. And if you don't have an account, you can't actually chat. So most of them are probably smart ladies, about 30, 38, 42, and they're saying, what the hell is going on down here? And then they just kind of like, they don't talk and they watch. And maybe I got a couple truckers in there, you know, they're just listening to the show, waiting for me to get ready to start pitching some fastballs, some sliders in over the home plate. I mean, if this was 20 years ago, I'd be a baseball player, man. I'd be a pitcher. But this is the year 2012, you know, when I started this here journey, and pitching was not that cool, man. Being a baseball player wasn't that cool. But it was pretty cool over here on YouTube when I first came here. So let me tell you, let's see who's here. Participants. Mr. Lang, a very gentlemanly person, always has something great to say. Hey, buddy, there you are. And the other people that are participants, 8 viewers. We got 8 people watching. 3 of them have me, or 5 of them have me blocked, or they don't have an account, and they're just showing up as an anonymous. We just got a new subscriber on the Sheriff channel. But we need subscribers on this channel for my guy to dance around the middle here. Every time I get a subscriber, he's going to go and do a dance. And, yeah, I was wondering, Hey, Dave. You're just waking up, so I guess you're over, in England somewhere, and it must be about 9:30 a.m. GCM. CJM, what's up, buddy? So, we were trying to figure out text-to-speech, or, you know, so that I could have you guys could blast crazy, crazy things in the background while I'm trying to do a normal live stream. People could come in and say whatever, you know. But, funny, today I didn't investigate much, but it's not much for me to do at this point until where's Joe? Joe's likely over on 153 News, or he's out handing out Bibles with Mr. Boss, the Bible boss. And, yeah, so I had a nice, lovely day today, Adelaide. It was so sunny here. We're going through some kind of heat wave in Montreal. It's like 30 every day. So, it's kind of nice to stay home when it's, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, and then go out at like 5, 6 when it cools down a bit. Because 30 degrees is pretty damn hot. So Joe subbed to you? That's cool, man. I'm sure, you know. Listen, I'll be proud if I could turn one or two of these LARPs into, you know, I mean, we almost turned DeFango into a proper person back in May 9th. But he fell short. He jumped back on board. He bought himself a new truck. And away he goes. But Joe's an alright guy. As far as I can tell, he's not, it doesn't sound like he's a mean person. It sounds more like he's just going to overwhelm you with questions. And he's going to overwhelm you with talk to a point where the other people are not going to want to listen to the discussion. But it's not because he's a bad person. Some people just, you know, I guess if you work for the LARPs, you gotta friggin' talk about stuff that's not gonna trigger me to start talking about other things, so they talk about religion. And they hush. They don't talk about 153 News too much. They don't talk about any of the people over there to me, because they know it'll trigger me to have to say something. Because what happens is, it's a weird spot this here, tubes. And yeah, once you're on YouTube for a long time, people have ideas of, you know, and expectations from you, and it's like you're it's like people disown you. You didn't even know they liked you, you know. So don't worry about it. Oh, David, you're in Chirac. Jesus Christ, send me some friggin' loose bullets and stuff from the street corners, man. I heard a lot of stuff about Chicago. You must be cool, man, if you're still alive and you live in Chicago. Yeah, DeFango got a minivan. He got a, what are they there? Those, what's the name of that crazy van? They sold millions of them. I don't think it's an Astro, but anyways, I think it's I think he got a Caravan or something. And he was all happy. And they're actually pretty cool vans because they got a lot of pep. But as soon as it starts to rain and that thing's more than 3 years old, man, and all the lights are going to flicker on and off. And you'll be driving and the dash will turn off. I mean, they're great cars. They got a lot of power. But if they do have problems, man, the problems never end. So I think a week after he got him, the brakes seized up or something. But I don't really follow Defango too much anymore. I try and stay away from Defango, being that there's some kind of little relationship there, a friendship, an admiration between some elder people, and I just give him a little bit more space, especially since he was already. I mean, the guy was at the end. He was at his limit, and he basically ratted everyone else out. So him going back on board with them is not going to help them. So it's better for me to just leave him alone and he's going to try and set himself back up in a little nest somewhere over there, and then we just go through and we kick him out of the nest and we see if we can get him to rat a whole bunch of people out again. Hey, Lady Court, what's up, girl? Man, it's not easy, man. I apologize for the last week and the last 2 weeks. And remember I said a few weeks ago, it was maybe 8 weeks ago, I said it's only going to be more pressure and more pressure and more pressure until the people that are under pressure can find some way to relieve that pressure, and usually it's by getting a whole bunch of accounts deleted. So if Monday morning, if you wake up and you get on YouTube and you see there's a whole bunch of accounts going down, and then everyone in the that was under pressure is going to be happy. And likely what will happen is Monday morning, nothing that you'll see will happen, and they're just going to say how a lot of people this is happening to a lot of people, but really they're just trying to bring through some new Bill of Rights for the internet. So they're not going to probably make that much of a... They're going to say they're purging people, but I doubt they're going to do much of a purge. I believe they're going to do more of a changing of laws to give people more... Basically, they're going to give everyone the partnership agreement without signing the partnership agreement. The Bill of Rights is going to be the partnership agreement. And mark my words, kids... I hate to tell you, it's as simple as that, figuring out the LARPs and Uncle Google. And all of them together, they're basically just running to try and legitimize everything they have now. And that's what's going to happen. And Big Alex there, Alex Jones, he'll be back. He'll go, you're going to see they're going to do some project. Like he's got some app that he's selling. And he's got some other website that he's promoting in this time, and his ad revenues is probably something you can look into, and you'll see it's probably increasing because he's not getting more clicks right now than he was before. And the guy's gonna come back as soon as the dust settles and this law is passed. Alex Jones will be back on YouTube 100%. That clown. I mean, if they get rid of Alex Jones and don't let him back on, well, you can imagine that everyone that acted or acts or says or covers anything that he covers will also be axed. But it doesn't take much to cause people to go crazy, and if YouTube pulls the wrong moves, I mean, I'm surprised Americans are such losers that they don't. But I mean, YouTube should not be it's not just, people should have access to social media beyond just a private corporation, where it's like a means of communication now. Everyone uses social media and YouTube, and the way that they're just taking, adding new Bill of Rights and adding things the way they want it, that's not going to help. All the laws that protect you when you're walking down the street and when you're meeting people at work and wherever you go, protect you on the internet. You just have to get the person's name and apply those laws. So this Bill of Rights for the internet is just going to be some bogus nonsense, and they're going to hire some police force for the internet, and he ain't going to be nice like the sheriff and just chase bad guys. He gonna want a piece of people's money. So whoever's making money on the internet, the new police of the internet are gonna find a way to get a piece of that, and that's who's gonna pay them. So don't think internet police and internet more security on the internet for more safe space on the internet is going to be free of charge. That's going to cost it's going to cost all the people that make money on the internet. It's not going to cost Google's not going to pay that. So eventually what will happen is all these, monetized channels, it'll go well for a while, and then they'll want you to purchase some kind of a license or some kind of a permission, and that's the way they're going to go. And then people that pay for it will be able to, they'll be policed by the people that are paying for those memberships or for those permission slips. And God bless the people that I saw a video today of a girl, and geez, it's real powerful when you can open your screen and you've been on YouTube for a while, like a bunch of years, and you have 4,000 or 5,000 subs because you haven't been purged any times. And the hateful trolls always try and bring up that you're making money, and that just this, because the hateful trolls are protecting the monetized channels, so they automatically want to reverse the table on you and want, everything that you do and everything around money that might, not like the multi-channel networks where when you join a multi-channel networks, the money just starts flowing in, so they say. But if you work independently, well, there's no access to that similar avenue of wealth from social media. So yeah, I was watching this movie and this video, and a girl was opening her page and she was showing, and it's like, and I told her in the comments, I was like, forget the haters, and you should just monetize your channel and cover other things. If you have 4,000 subs, and people are going to hate you no matter what you do on YouTube. So don't put all your energy into saving the TWOOF movement. That's terminal, and it's so terminal that most of the people in charge of the TWOOF movement are bloody plants. They're agents. So the only thing you'd be saving would be an already overwhelmed once internet group, So just like me, best advice is to make new friends on YouTube and forget about the people that cover the news. They're going to be gone after the purge. And all their monetization is just going to go boop. And then you're going to see people go nuts on YouTube. Basically, they'll probably not purge as many channels, but purge people's monetization. And it serves them right. Because what happens then is you're involved with the partnership agreement because you signed the partnership agreement in order to monetize. And then once they demonetize your videos and you've already signed the partnership agreement, well, your hands are tied, man. You might as well make a new account. Because as soon as there's like the partnership agreement that they make you sign is probably like 50 pages, and you just click accept, and nobody reads it. But that's why they cancel your account real quick. And I thought it was cool because she was just like, she showed her page, and I don't promote that everyone be not monetized, because that's part of the way that the trolls collapsed the TWOOF movement, was making donations and everything for TWOOFers toxic, even no matter what type of message they would give. But it was okay. Stop, guys. It was okay for, a channel like Next News or for Richie from Boston to monetize everything and to do the program at all levels, And the reason why not everyone can do it is that all the people are working at making that one channel a success. It's not like they have 10 monetized channels. They have like channels working, and then when they bring in a new channel like Richie from Boston, that's their bread and butter for all 5 of those channels that are in the multi-channel network. And they all pump each other out, Yeah, you know, Lady Courttails, it's cool to partner, but you gotta be straightforward with people, you know, and you gotta not start, you can't just come to bat for people because they're in your partnership or you're collaborating with them, so then, you know, you gotta steer clear of all that stuff if possible, unless you're gonna do a channel that has nothing to do with what we all, you know, cover and see with our own eyes, and are wondering when is this going to when are these people going to recognize that we all see them for what they are. So yeah, it's one of those things that you do in life that make your life harder for yourself, because to maintain a good person and to be good with all your friends, you got to be honest. And so it's hard to be honest when the model's telling you to be quiet and to do everything behind the scenes, as opposed to doing everything that people can just see what you're doing. And you know, when people see what you're doing and they want to, you know, there's no problem with that. There's no problem with people doing whatever they want on YouTube. Forget about all these set parameters, like what you can do and what other people that are, you know, like Tracy Beans can do one thing and you can only do a certain way, and all these other people can do whatever they want. You just do what you want, but you're gonna find a lot of difficulty trying to be monetized around these people, and especially these storylines. And that's just the simple facts. But I'm pretty sure that when you move away from the storylines and the LARP Nation and all these characters that I cover, there's about 20 or so people. When you move away from them, I'm sure that YouTube is a different place almost. But they don't actually, they don't just go away. Like, you gotta go away from them. They don't go away from wherever you see them. They're always gonna be around the videos that you're seeing them with. Yeah. Well, you know, China to 3 is China to 3, so you know, I'm friends with people and I'm a good person and I'm very helpful to people, but if people are acting stupid and doing or saying stupid stuff, I mean, I'm letting them know. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just, you know, some people don't say anything and just, you know, if people ask me my opinion in real life, I tell them. Like, I don't go in and start saying the police are Satanists and they're stealing babies and there's I don't say that stuff. I don't talk about YouTube, you know, so that people can think that I'm some kind of certifiable conspiracy theorist. China to 3, yeah. Hey, it's cool. I'm getting other chat. Oh, I guess it's coming through with a delay. So I'm seeing the chat on my own screen. I guess that's coming through. That's part of the YouTube platform. And then the short stream that we're seeing over here, that is the delay coming through from my my Streamlabs program that I got running. J-Man, man, LCT, what's LCT? Lady Courttails, yeah. Yeah, you know, Lady Courttails, I saw some of your comments around, you know, and I don't, I like people as people, and then it's very difficult once you start getting into this Pizzagate people and into these doxing people and these different groups. I mean, if someone says Hive and on, I'm just like I'm too old for that nonsense. I'm not. These cicada people are not going to pull me into another 2 years of fables, you know, and and voodoo and pizza and hot dogs. And now remember there was the hot dogs with mustard and hot dogs with walnut sauce. I mean, give me a freaking break, man. And the guy that thought all this up, I mean, if I ever caught that guy in real life, I mean, not in a bad way, because this is YouTube, but, you know, imagine if I would catch him in real life, I'd have to really put him under citizen's arrest, you know, for thinking about all these things and putting them down on some form of a material so that they would be repeated onto the YouTube. And YouTube is pretty much becoming, with this Pizzagate story, it's becoming like the dark web with these people talking about doxing this and that and this. And so when I saw, you know, lady, I saw you were upset with a few people, and hey man, everyone's got to be able to hold their own. And I'm sure people that have been injured from child abuse is very difficult. You have to give them a little bit of space, and they're easily brought into these groups, and it's not something that I can speak on from that point of view. And that's why I always as soon as someone tells me they've been abused as a child and they're talking about Pizzagate, I stop talking about how Pizzagate's a LARP. And I know what they're describing is something different from what I'm explaining. And if you have real life experience with child abuse and being abused as a child, God bless you, man. And I'm on your side, that I won't talk about anything that bothers you. And if you want to talk and do these things and go that direction, well, I'll try and give you my best advice to people is to work at the groups that are in place now to protect children, abused women and children. I would suggest that people go through those groups just because they have the psychological background that's required for when you catch these people. I mean, and you know, you need to have handcuffs when you're catching people like this. So it helps to have a detective's badge or at least an officer's badge. And as long as people like that are involved, where there's some kind of an organization that has some kind of if they do catch a person, if they do find someone in need of help, those are the right people that you're already in contact. I think that's a lot healthier than getting mixed up with the people on YouTube that you never know if they're coming or going. And God bless the girl that was on the show. She was crying. And when a girl starts to cry, I stop arguing, man. This is just YouTube, man. If you want to come on here and get upset, I'm not gonna make it worse for you. And I'll go make my own videos, and you continue doing your struggle. And a lot of these people are struggling with things that are very, very difficult to digest and very difficult to have any effect on. So it's very, very difficult. And that's just my point of view. But I saw your comments, and I saw people were upset with Freddie, and I just like to say that I don't think he has bad intentions, but I'm not. I'm not anyone's, and he's not my protector, and I'm not his protector, and he's a good guy, and I think he doesn't want nothing to do with nothing. He's just gonna walk away from this whole nonsense and do a motorcycle channel. I wouldn't even be surprised. And if he comes back and he does more LARP investigation, well, I don't care. I'm not surprised. It wouldn't bother me. And with the amount of scumbags and liars and freaks on this website, it's hard to hold someone accountable for everyone that they know and everyone that they try. But obviously it leads to more and more discovery for different things, and everyone's related to someone else. And this one, I mean, if they're related to Hive and On and this one and that one, and I mean this is that on Twitter, I mean, as soon as I hear Twitter, I'm like, that's a waste of time. And but not to take away from these people if they are investigating that crap, that Pizzagate storyline. it's the worst 6-7 months of your life until you quit doing that. And that's how much I spent on it. And they're doing it on purpose. They're inviting people to trigger and to go through and to see all this stuff and to be helpless and then to give up on the internet. And that's what that's about. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it is what it is. And you know what? Everyone has an opinion, and that's why it's good, like, when you do a show and you have guests on, it friggin' quickly gets difficult. And it's no different from me if I would have guests on. I mean, some of these guests would turn out to be complete LARPs and I didn't know it, or, you know, I mean, it's not possible for me to remember every single person and every troll, sock puppet account. And I mean, these people have hundreds, and no, nothing better than to make you, to gaslight you and drive you nuts. So you gotta forgive, you know, obviously when I'm seeing things, and then I got some people that make videos and point things out, like, look, this happened 2 years ago with this person, you know, like, let's say, what's his name there, what's his name, the guy with the reindeer on his icon there, and he's a cool dude from Ontario. And yeah, and then there's a guy in Australia, the Australian anti-Australian pocket, that's been working tirelessly, you know. And so I forget about stuff, but anyone that's come out and said that this place, and this place were real, and that we're the ones that are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on YouTube, well, that's gaslighting 101, and that guy's with the friggin' LARP squad, and I ain't got no time for that crap. And I don't care if they all join up with Laz and make some big old revolution. It ain't gonna work. Well, it ain't gonna affect me. It's just gonna basically, it'll just be me against a dysfunctional group of people that are, you know, halfway between creators and halfway between panelists, and, you know, and it can all, I mean, honestly, I'm more than happy for people that really think that Monograph's a good person and that I'm a bad person, that they just let me know, and I'm happy to know those people, and that they don't know that they don't like me, and I might just like them and not know that they actually, if they like those people and then they like the way that they act, well, they can't like me, and so I'm not going to be able to like them, because that's not how, you know, you don't, it's, everyone has their own learning curve and learn on their own, but that's how I'm deciding whom, that's my friends list, is basically if you're friends with Monograph and you're friends with the two sidekicks that he goes around with that slander people in chats for the last 2-3 years, forget it, man. I'm never gonna be your friend, and I'll be happy to let you know that it's beautiful for me to find out, you know, through Laz, you know, sends people over to make comments about how I screwed up, and you know, I'm the one that tried to group Laz in with Monograph and this and that, and just, no, I'm just saying what I see, and I don't care if people are on the side and think that he's right and I'm wrong. It's still gonna end up the same way, where I ain't gonna be his friend regardless, and he's just gonna do whatever he's doing, and it's not gonna affect me. I mean, his whole life and career on YouTube never affected me in the past. Why would it start affecting me in the future, unless I start making videos about him? There's no effect. There's no energy for me to put out, and then therefore I'm not really affected. But anyone can make comments about me. Hell, I know lots of people hate me already. They hate me from 2 years ago. I got people that I don't like, because I know that, you know, that they're involved with the deceiving me and with gaslighting me with doing these things. So I'm happy. I still come on YouTube. I know I'm hated in that constitutional circle where they're selling the pocket constitutions and they got their hero Lavoy Filicum. Oh, I'm hated over there. I don't care, man. I'm done with trying to be liked on YouTube so that I can fit into any one of these groups, and then people can mislead me and make me look stupid in front of everyone else, which is what happens when you're part of the unaffiliated YouTubers. So that's why I just, I'll just, if things get too hectic for me, hell, I could just turn off my YouTube and just not come on YouTube for as long as I want. I mean, I'm not going to lose anything. It's not like I have to. I only come on YouTube because that's part of being relevant on YouTube, is that you have to know what's going on YouTube. You have to be on YouTube. If you just come to YouTube once a week and make a video, don't nobody care about that unless you're very interesting in making good videos and cool content. So, I mean, it's not by accident that people, people are all asking the same questions around this TWOOF movement. Like, what the hell who is real? Who is fake? How long has this been going on? Are these people all working together? And, who's working for the wrong, for the wrong reasons, and who's working for the right reasons? And that's always the same over here. Like, that's what this website is basically, you can come here and try and make a channel, and just for fun, go make a channel and say, and see if you can effectively affect anyone with just a channel and going to comment to people, especially people that create content. I mean, they're just going to ignore you. This is not like it used to be. Yeah, I know. Adelaide, it was funny because it wasn't like he was trolling me, but he was giving the impression for a few weeks since I had, since that group had joined up, like the Scooby-Doo, and everyone joined together and started getting traction, then he started to, to approach them and to sit in with them and to say stuff like, that obviously if you look at the big picture that maybe I'm involved in, keeping the procedure going by always being in this drama, and that maybe effectively that I'm LARPing, that it's nothing really, or nothing, or I did what happened to my own father. I mean, I just took it with a grain of salt, and then I had Truth Convoy that was yelling out, my name, and she was getting gaslit by people and saying how I'm the one. She believed for a minute that I was the one that doxed my own father too, and was like, and she speaks on these things like as if she's 100% certain. So you look hella foolish, with and so. And that's what I did, so I just went off, and I made a few videos about Frank Bacon, and I feel better again. I know that I'm not the biggest loser on this website. I know that for sure. No matter if everyone hates me, I'm still never going to be the biggest loser. I know who the biggest losers on this website are. And, they're over here, and they're competing against people like me that are here for free. And it's pathetic. And so, the scenario with Laz was like, and, the thing with Laz was just, it was kind of like weak sauce, like, who are they going to send after they sent Miss Talls, after that, then I had Monty, and Monty took his little hospital, he got a hospital pass, sickness pass, or whatever it is, a doctor's note. And now he's a good guy again, and everyone's telling me that I'm the one that's the crazy maniac. I don't care, man. Bring it, man. It just makes me, it just makes me want to go and just listen to less people and just believe in myself more. It does the opposite of what they think. Like, you know, when these people put pressure on me, it doesn't cause me to go around and to ask other people, what should I do? Like Laz said, why don't I'm here to talk if you want to talk in private. It's like, what the hell is this guy going to tell me in private? So, when I'm under pressure, I make a decision and then I just do it. And that's how I get through the pressure. And usually I just turn into the pressure. I don't turn away and try and go and find some shelter. I just turn into whatever's giving me pressure. And then I just, you know, I have a pretty good understanding of the internet and of computers and of YouTube especially. And I'm certainly not at any disadvantage to anyone on YouTube. I'm pretty much an unpaid YouTube scientist, for Pete's sakes. It's ridiculous how much energy and time I've worked on their stupid, all their little artsy-fartsy projects, and, you know, I am creators and all their universities and all these things that you could do in 2013, 14, 15 to advance. And it's all when you lose your channels, you lose all those other things too. So that's why, you know, once you start losing channels and you've experienced that, you never really get back into YouTube like the way that these you know, these really protected channels love everything and everything's available to them. You don't, like, I don't really fill in the details, you know. I don't want to monetize and fill in all those details, man. That's a lot of work. You basically gotta do it like as if you're on TV. Everybody that you make reference to, you put it in the details, and that's how the TVs get through with. That's the bylaws for being on TV, is that people gotta be able to see where you, and people gotta get credit for what you're doing. And on YouTube, it's the opposite. Like, the people that are bringing the message are the ones that want to take credit for it. So someone will, you know, they'll want to take credit and get paid for information that they're just copying off the internet. So, what's up, David? As you make it back, buddy? I'm coming on UT much less lately. Well, God bless, man. I'm happy for you, man. It's probably a good feeling to not want to tune in, because I think YouTube is a bit like a drug for some people. Like, for me especially, you know, it's like I just, you know, if I have all these devices now, it's easy for me to just check in and look here and check there. But the cool thing is that a lot of the time I watch my own videos. Like, I re-watch my videos and I watch myself. Like, it doesn't bother me if nobody likes my videos. When I'm older, I'm going to watch my videos and I'm going to enjoy them. It's going to be like TV for me. That's what I'll do, is I'll just put all my videos on replay and watch them over. That way I won't be brainwashed by the TV. And it makes me feel really good to see myself being straightforward with people, and, you know, and if I was part of any of these scammers, I mean, I would already be exposed a long time ago. So if Laz is the avalanche, you know, if Laz is the instigation of the unfolding of the greatest story of on the YouTube Arizona plains, it's 100% impossible. So, like, it's even impossible for Monograph to stop me from making videos. You know, it's impossible, man. Unless he's actually gonna come and hurt me, he can't do anything to me. And I'm steadfast because of the way I've been treated. That I'm gonna just make content about whatever I want to make content about. And I'm my own boss on this server, and I follow all the rules, and I'm not going to slander people. I'm not going to run around and do hunting of anybody. I'm not going to hunt for any kind of criminals. All I'm going to do is clown people that are on YouTube and that work on YouTube and that should be famous. I mean, I'm the only one that's doing the real legitimate investigations, because when you're just investigating the news to get more news, I mean, at least I'm actually investigating real people. The news on YouTube is investigating other news channels. So, and it's good that everyone, has an idea of what YouTube should be, and that's why I'm not like everyone else, and they didn't want me in their group, and that's why I'm by myself most of the time, and I don't have that many, a huge following. I just have I basically just have one friggin' follower, man. If I start getting any kind of, if I get any happiness from YouTube, I'm gonna have to share it with Adelaide and Auburn and Lady Court. And as soon as LARPing for the Lord changes his name to LARPing for Love or LARPing for Frogs or LARPing for whatever, because you got the old lady triggered over there, man. She thinks you're Satan's. I mean, you could change your name to Satan's Choice or Hell's Angels, and she'll be okay with that. It's just the whole Lord thing and the LARP, and that's. But yeah, my whole happiness on this website revolves around 5 or 10 people, and and obviously, a friend of mine, personal friend that I made, regardless of any videos that he makes, is Freddie as a person, and I don't care if he never does YouTube again. I'm still gonna like him as a guy, a motorcycle enthusiast, and anyone that does live streams and then quits and gets turned off and turned away, and I don't blame them. I know it sucks. It's hard. It's crazy. The people, they're psychos. So, but it is nice, those last 3 weeks, I would friggin' have all these people. It was like friggin', there was a real energy. Things were going, and they were, and we were investigating real criminals, the criminals that work on YouTube promoting this friggin' fairy tale. And then it just, it was going too good, folks, and she friggin' bottomed out. The engine blew. We blew the bottom end of the engine, and she needs a new transmission or something. The old car's on the side of the road. And a lot of people jumped out, and the doors left open, and you know what? It's good, and people separate and go their own ways and do their own thing and get back to what... Nobody can't stop you and talk about what you're doing if it's what you're doing and you believe in. But they can definitely talk out about you for joining up with someone or being in part of a group that's filled with infiltrators of any kind, and you never know who they are. And as according to Laz, I'm an infiltrator. So go figure. It doesn't matter what your group you're in, you're gonna get called all these things. And that's why I was always saying, like, hell, if I was the leader of that group, it would have already been terminal 2 weeks ago. I was friggin' amazed how much traction he got. I mean, and the fact that it was under so much pressure that it's ended like it did on that last 2 live streams. This doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. That's what they're always pushing for. And even on the last live stream, I went in and I just signed in just to see my face on the screen, man, and watch and see my. And then, and if people are calling people shills and you're on a panel and then this and that, it's like, it's part of wherever you go on YouTube, there's going to be people that are going to say, well, you're this guy because of these people. And I don't care, man, because I go around with I hang out with everyone for a second until I know for sure that, and then, I mean, if I really don't like the person, I mean, I'll let them know in a few videos, and then I'll go and I'll watch them. But I usually let people know, like, that it's turning bad, and our relation, they should protect themselves from divulging any kind of incriminating information to me, because I'm not here to join any kind of those kind of clubs. And it's funny because I was watching the Convoy's video, and she was mentioning that, because I made some comment, like about Joe was here, and I said, go on over there, and I give you $5 for this. I mean, I just wish that people, this is not a monetized channel. I'm just having a discussion. I can be, sarcastic. I'm not sending anyone any money. I mean, nobody sends me any money. You know, there's no money exchanged around me. And if if I say something like, I'll bet you $1 or I'll send you $5, don't get excited. It's likely I'm just saying that as a rhetorical, a joke, a sarcastic comment. So, but it is kind of odd because, I'm happy to be part of anybody's success. And, like I said, I'm not going to be on YouTube that long. So, I've already been on YouTube a long time, so I'm not going to be on it that much longer. And when I'm gone, I'm not going to come back and claim, LARP Team 6 and want credit for all the amazing, stupid things that I invented and want everyone to talk about China the 3 until the day they die. I'm just going to move on, and I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to, I'll come up with some more good ideas on whatever I'm doing at the time that has nothing to do with YouTube. So, all the people, that do really hate me, they should just stop watching my content, and basically I would go away to them. And then when I go away on my own, well, then I go away for myself. And the whole journey on YouTube for me is a personal journey. So I know that, it's like some people, they'll believe like, oh, if you say one thing, they're gonna point out, they're gonna say the other. So you're never gonna make everyone happy in a public forum. You just gotta you just believe in yourself, and if you're not gonna lose anything, and the things that you're saying to people is a reality, well, then the things that you're saying are gonna come true, and in the end, people are gonna recognize. And after I leave the website, well, all the trolls are gonna get busy at trying to defame the memory of China the 3, and I don't even give a shit. I don't even care. I mean, by the time they defame the memory, if it takes them more than 6 months, people will have just forgotten about me on their own after 6 months. Like, it's a waste of time on YouTube to try and, overcome something or undermine something. Even their LARPs, if they don't go viral within 3 days, after 7 days, they're garbage. Like this Cappy guy, he's got floaties on, man. He's in the kids' pool. He's not coming back. He's not getting any more spots on Alex Jones. Unless he can do something really amazing, like get arrested. That's done. That story's a wash, man. They're trying to pull in Macaulay Culkin. They've already talked about Corey. So they got Corey, they got Macaulay, and they got Cappy. And I can almost guarantee that these 3 clowns are going to try and do some kind of collaboration together, because they're all friends from the same era, from the same city. They're Hollywood people. And that's what you get, and that's why it's not good to listen to everyone else and just try things and not know for sure in your heart that you're, and just go around and try everything. Go ahead, try and be this, try and be that. And I certainly would never try being a transgender or a gay person. I wouldn't. You're not supposed to try those things. So beware on YouTube, because that's part of the mantra, is that a lot of people are lost. And I wish he knew my heart was with them. And what's that lady, Court? Was shot up to death scene in Bonnie and Clyde. Uh-oh. Yeah, Freddie's a grown man, and he doesn't need to come on YouTube and fart around with a bunch of friggin' immature computer savants and losers from Hollywood and from Silicon Valley. And it's cool, man. You're gonna see he's gonna come through, and whatever people think, that's their prerogative, and whatever people think about me, don't hate someone else just because they hate me, or just because I hate them. Like, if I don't like, so I don't actually hate them, but like, if I don't like to, to go around and get any advice from Laz. I don't dislike the guy, so, hate is very easy to acquire on YouTube, and people that do that is like, they ruin their own life, because I'm over here, and their hate ain't affecting me. It's only like, some people that hate me, it actually makes me feel good. Like, when some people say things, and the way that they say them, that I know they don't like me, and I'm happy about that, because it's hard, it's worse for their life to not like me than if they just didn't even think about me at all. And that's how it is. Hate is it's a personal burden. It's not something that you're actually hurting someone with. It's only something you're hurting yourself with. So, yeah. Oh, let me see what Lady Court was saying above here. Yeah, Denise's 30-minute video from today. Yeah, you might have tried to be nice to her, and she doesn't want information from people, because she's been gaslit so many times that when you start giving her information, I mean, I like the way that she's very feisty, and to a point where nobody's safe with her, in a sense of her saying her mind and speaking out, and maybe saying some things that are, I mean, she's got to hold back on calling people out by their names and getting upset, because a lot of people will be upset with that. But other than that, you can't hate. I think she's amazing. I don't know that many people her age that are on YouTube and that have 2 cell phones and this and that, and they're doing videos, and and it's like an outlet for them, and it's a way for them to heal. It's freaking amazing, man. And there's just, and I explained a lot about it yesterday, but obviously she watches my video, and I'm proud that she watches my video, and then she comments on the people in my video that they're liars. I'm sorry, guys, but sometimes she just says things, it's, and even for me, I try to be nice to her, and she'll say things that are right out there, and I just laugh. I don't laugh like, I laugh in a happy way that someone is succeeding, and that if that's part of their success, and then them, I don't expect for anyone to just completely idolize or admire, and to be a creator, and to be in this genre and this truth, and then to just admire someone and foolishly and follow them no matter what. It's not a good position if you're a creator yourself. So you gotta have your own position on things, and so that's it. I think everything else is cleaned up around there, and just when she gets upset and starts calling people out by their names. And also, if she's talking about people like Adelaide, or, I think there was someone else that she was mentioning too. Oh yeah, Hallelujah Chorus. Because of the hallelujah term, she figures it's a little bit slanderous towards the good name of the Lord. But Hallelujah Chorus is a brave lady, and she's not a YouTube. She wasn't making videos, and she's been watching, and she made videos, and she speaks out, and I champion her first videos, and she's a great YouTuber, and she's got an opinion, and I don't think she's a liar. Not at all. And seems like a real good person, and I don't have time to fix people's judgment on other people. I mean, I like people. I start out by liking everyone unless I see you're friends with Monograph. Then I don't like you based on that fact. That's it. And then I go down the list, and if I see, you're friends with the other 2 as 2 little sidekicks there, or if you're best friends with Scott Anthony, and Scott Anthony's he thinks he's slick for the last 4 years with me, so I'm not going to enjoy, you know, anyone that's promoting those channels. And they all work together, you know, Scott Anthony, Monograph, and the whole group of them over there pumping their news. So, but Scott Anthony a lot less, bothers me a lot less than Monograph, because Monograph took down channels, and I lost 9 channels, folks. So if people want to wonder why I focus on DeFango, Monograph, people around, you know, those two, Dave Acton and Cicada, it's because these are the people that took down my channels. These are the people that were they were part of my purge. And I don't need more evidence, man. They all ratted themselves out. I know exactly what's going on. So if I keep, you know, pointing out, you know, as Monograph tries to pivot away from the internet and become a Catholic school teacher, and you see me, you might see me chirping under some of his new videos and you know, seeing what's up, seeing what's going on, and it's like he's a totally different person. Like he doesn't have that other personality anymore. That one's gone. So I'm just figuring it out as I go. I don't know any more what people are thinking. Well, I know more than what people are thinking than a lot of people. But I don't know exactly what they're thinking until after. Then I can analyze whether I know what that guy thinks based on the outcome of things that I thought he might have been thinking about. Like, I know what DeFango's thinking. No problem. If I watch DeFango for a week, I know exactly what he's thinking. And Quinn Michaels also. And, you know, there's a few people that I can watch them for a few days and I know what they're thinking just based on the fact that I've seen them. I've seen them under pressure, and I've seen them go, and I've seen the way that they act, and nothing's really changing. So I guess it depends on the way people remember things. You know, it's the way that I remember things that causes me to be able to see what's different from one time to the next with the person. Yeah, God, good to know. If you're Freddy's friend, that is a good thing. Well, you know, I don't have many personal friends as people that I like as people, because I just really focus on the avatars, and I don't really try and get to know these superficial people, because they never really turn out to be who you think. So I always just allow my imagination to fill those blanks in on the person, and I have my own, you know, I have my own idea and my own map of the landscape, let's say, and of the people, personalities in the landscape, and I don't care what they tell me, and like, I do this and I do that. I don't believe half the shit people say they do on YouTube. I mean, a lot of these people, I mean, okay, but I mean, I know that there are parts of YouTube where people are credible, but not in the part that I follow. This is not credible people. Like, half of the stuff that they say is pure fantasy, and you know, and that's a big part of it, is that they believe the fantasy, and they can make other people believe that it's true because they believe it. So yeah, I'd like to say, like, you know, frig, there's a lot of people that I like as people, and I don't like their videos, you know, like, and I just don't like their content, and I don't like the fact that they're going to tell me that there was people that died at this event, that event, this event, and that one, and state it like that, and then come around me and say that, you know, our truth movement and this and that, and I should come over there and have a meeting with them and Scott Bibler and this and that. And these people, I just make nice to them, but I'm always protecting myself against these people on YouTube, always. And I'm always just trying to get as close to an actual person as the avatar. And there's only like 1 or 2 people that I've spoken to. Like, I've, you know, done hangout calls with Freddy, And I've taken hangout calls with Freddie, and it's actually enjoyable, man, to get a call from the guy and chit chat and, wow, did you see this? It's crazy, and it's just like, talk about riding and talk about BC, and nobody. I don't have that many other friends, like maybe 2 years ago I would have friends. I would have PK was my friend, and I had a few other friends that I would talk to, and but just on on the platform, but then with Skype or with whatever we were using to do live streams with, because I used to do live streams with those folks before they got involved with Sidethorn. There was a little period of about 6 months where, and then once I got onto a live stream and Sidethorn was there and he took over, and like I just don't go back, man. I don't automatically hate all the people around him, but I don't hang out with those people anymore, and that's the shitty thing about YouTube. And then, people like PK that know I was, a big fan of his, and now I don't even really watch his videos, and I don't say anything. I don't just go around and it's very disappointing to have friends on YouTube. It's very disappointing, and if you think it's cool that after 5 years that most of the people that you look up to, you figure, and instead of looking up to people and joining them like everyone else, you look up to them, and then oh shit, another one, and then you already know that all the other ones, and you're not gonna join you weren't gonna join before. There's no point in joining with just them, so it's like it's very depressing, man. You just walk away from these people. You just don't communicate with them anymore. You don't go and start insulting them and shit and making your life terrible where they're going to insult you, you're going to insult them, and you're going to be their worst enemy. That they just do on their own. And you just lick your wounds for being, for looking stupid in face of yourself, realizing and being like, damn, is it even possible? How's it possible that a guy like PK is a shill if he's coming out and actually breaking all these stories, and I'm breaking stories at the same time, and there's no one feeding me information, and I'm not watching people's videos to make videos, so and everyone else is working with them, so I just move on and do my thing and let everybody else do whatever they're doing. And it sucks, man, when if I get to be the sheriff of YouTube and I have 20,000 subscribers, and it's like, and people are like, yeah, I really like the sheriff and you did a good job and this and that. There'll be like you got 20,000, there'll be like 2,000 people that don't like you. And, likely you'll just lose all your content regardless. And the more you have invested in things, the worse you feel when you lose it. So I'm always ready to walk away from YouTube. And basically, it's something that you got to be willing to put that in your mind, so that they can't hold you hostage with all your effort. You got to be able to say to people like, well, for me, YouTube's like a video game. What do you get from Xbox when you stop playing Xbox? You start getting residuals? No, you get nothing. You get your own time back, and you get to become an adult again and stop farting around in the basement with a computer. And it's the same thing with me. When I walk away from YouTube, I'll get to get time back, just like I would if I was a gamer. And like I said, I spend a lot of time on this website. For me, it's like a video game, and I'm PvP against the other. I'm PvP sheriff against the PvP people pushing the LARPs, and they don't. All of them know that they're PvP, and then that's what happens is they quickly realize it once I start throwing them once the battlegrounds open up. And they see me coming down the field, well, that's what it is. That's how it goes. And if they don't like it, they could go over to Twitter, and they could push their LARPs there, and they could get a new game plan, and they can come back here and do something positive with their life, and I won't even ever see them. And hell, every channel that I like. Paul from Pockets of the Future, every channel that I like is at some point been called out for being, just people judging them for being, taking money and doing these things, and Ray, and everyone different varieties and different levels of. It's very hard to like anyone on this website. There's a lot of hateful people, man, and don't get sucked in to just believing that, everyone's different. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different story. Like I said, I don't have children, and I don't have 2 kids and a divorce, and if I did have a divorce and my wife and I came back from India and I was in America and I was a YouTuber and I could feed my family, I'd be friggin' proud of myself, man. I wouldn't care what any of the trolls said. And if my content touched on stupid subjects, like, I wouldn't care what people that didn't like those subjects said. I would just care about feeding my family. So, yeah, it's not a question of, I'm not doing YouTube for approval. If I was doing YouTube that's why I always laugh when I get these trolls with 60 subs and they come over and they say, you attack Laz first, and Ray, and I'm like, I just try and be kind to them and be like, I didn't ask you for any advice, but that is good advice, and enjoy YouTube and go about doing whatever you're gonna do over here, and your opinion is basically people that give me positive opinions, I listen to them and it encourages me, and people that persuade me with negative opinions, I don't consider them, not even for 1 second, especially not if I'm steadfast against something or for something. And some people are only strong against things, like they can only protect something, and then other people are strong for values and for, what they believe. And so it's good, I guess, to have a little balance. But, yeah, Auburn, thank you so much, I think my greatest skill is to teeter right on the edge, where everyone else is being, where I'm laying people to waste, and their whole LARP life is falling apart around them, and obviously I'm right in with them and right beside them and chatting with Thomas from Cicada and this and that, and I don't rope myself. You don't see me dangling from any YouTube trees, and the reason is because I'm I don't think I'm smarter than these people, but I definitely know what's going on a lot better than what they're used to. So it's like street smarts, like it's real hard for someone to con me, and yeah, that's it. And once someone tries to con me a little bit, well, I don't let them reset and con me better a little bit the next time, and then until they can con me a lot more. When I notice people are deceiving me, I don't look to them for any type of encouragement. But LARPing for the Lord, I like you very much. You're a cool dude. But I don't endorse everything you say, because I don't know everything you say, and I don't endorse your name if it's if it doesn't make everyone happy. Well, I don't endorse it fully either, but honestly, I don't really care, and I the fact is that you're nice to me, and you don't come over and tell me about all the things that I did to Laz first, so I'm happy. As far as I'm concerned, you're a positive force in my YouTube, and if it was. And if people come around me and chirp, well, I'm not the right person to come troll, because they're just going to, God forbid someone upsets me, and then I go out, and it's like, and they just come to try and aggravate me. These are if it's just a troll account with no videos, with no uploads, I just block them. I don't entertain our, little quabbles with people that are not even on YouTube properly. But let's say if someone makes videos and they come make a comment and they have like 300 subs and they're making videos and or 3,000 subs, and they come comment under a video like, yeah, you get a monograph, this guy's a bullshit. Oh man, that guy just is not really, he's been watching too many monograph videos where he comes out a winner every time. And yeah, I sub those people right away. And I just love to watch them make comments, and I see that under all of their comments, it's always the same people commenting under his videos and praising him. It's like a group, bunch of stoner accounts with with no videos uploaded and just making speeches online under other people's content. So it's like the only people I really have respect for in that sense, that if they want to come and be challenging and be disruptive, and is if they make videos and they have a real channel, like more than 50 subs, I let them have their opinion, and I'm not as I just don't like the whole 50 subs or less group that's on YouTube that's all up in the comments. Oh, those people drive you nuts, folks. So yeah, let me see here. 1 new subscriber, that's good. Oh, Truth Convoy in the house. I said you were serious. Oh, okay. You cannot be trusted. Okay. Who knows? I don't know. I said you were joking. Yeah, okay, that's it. No, I know. And Truth Convoy, this is a good example for you that, like, if someone's speaking about something that you said, I mean, Jesus, Murphy, it's like that thing what he said, she said, then they told 2 friends, and they told, by the time it gets to the end of the street, I mean, the story's completely backwards. And that's what YouTube's all about. And, yeah, for sure. But I was speaking to the fact that sometimes you're very calm, and then because of your situation and because of the amount of pressure you've been under for all this time, sometimes, you had enough of some people, and that's how you deal with them. You call them liars or whatever. And I was just saying how I don't know if these people, I mean, I don't see the people, I don't know them as human people, but a lot of the people that don't make content, they don't really have a big part in the story, so they're likely not lying too much. But obviously, there's everyone has a right to make their own. But obviously, if you're calling people liars and then you're coming into the chat and then people are they're gonna be a little bit more offensive with you and aggressive. So hey man, have fun, man. I mean, call each other out. You could call me a liar. It doesn't bother me. I mean, part of my journey on YouTube is that I already know that when I'm finished my journey, they're gonna turn everything around and make it all look like everything that I did. Everything that happened is gonna be looking like I did it. That's how the YouTube. That's the game that these suckers play. So but I don't know. Maybe things will turn out a different way. Hallelujah, Chorus. How you doing, girl? And I just want everyone to make up and shake Avatar hands. And we're going to start a new week over. And we're going to start off by only calling people liars if they lie to us and that we know that they're liars, and not just basically everyone on YouTube's a liar. Because, people can ask you for proof about everything, and then you don't start showing proof, well, hell, you fall into the liar category as far as YouTube's concerned. So I just like people to know that I'm very happy with the developments on people's channels that are getting better and that are having less trouble. And C3, no expectations, no disappointments. Yeah, if you don't expect too much from someone, like I expect for Truth Convoy to throw me under the bus and hate me every once in a while, and I'm not disappointed when she does it. I'm impressed. It always makes me smile. I always say, Jesus Christ, me again. And I'm just happy that she's finding a position, a place and she's finding she's finding an audience, and she's finding some pleasure, and I'm happy about that. And the rest of this shit, I don't care about my channels. I don't care about if you want to slander China the 3. It does bother me if you do slander my legal name, though, because I'm not any of those things that sometimes it fluctuates up and down and between grave problems and being a good cholo and a bad cholo. There's a lot of roller coasters. There's a Laronde amusement park of cholo over here. But I appreciate everyone that gave Truth Convoy a chance. And if she ain't nice to you and if she thinks you're a liar, well, just move on. Don't worry about it. And her channel's getting better and better every day. And she's going to get more and more subs every day. And they're not going to be from our little group. They're going to be more a different audience. She's going to have different analytics. Like, she's going to have people that are 45 to 60. And it's going to be more of a group that wants to have different kind of information set to them, a little bit of a different way, at a different pace. Her way of understanding it is good for them. So I think, yeah, my real name's too difficult. Well, yeah, it's good. It's good that not many English people can say it. So it makes it hard for English people to insult me. But yeah, and all these freaks, like, I mean, these people that are working on YouTube, like Quinn Michaels and his other, and even Lift the Veil, I mean, God love them, man. These people it's not easy what they're trying to do in the face of all this. And so, if you see people and they're really hurting, you don't need to tell them more about how they're so-and-so. Obviously, if you see someone like me and I'm running around calling everyone out and you want to call me something, well, it's not going to hurt me as much. But if you see people and they're crying already and they're hurting, it could be a LARP, but better for you to just, let them deal with their crap and move away and move on with your life, man. Your YouTube shouldn't really be about that type of... it's not going to bring you any kind of enjoyment. And so can I ask Truth Convoy, is she still in the house, this amazing woman? Let's see. Nah, she pops in, she pops out, man. She's in, she's out. She's smart. If she watched too much of my stream, she'd dislike me more. So she watches 5 minutes, and then she watches a bunch of other good content, and then she makes a video, and she puts in 5 minutes worth of commentary, and that's always enough. So we don't want to burden her with more than 20 minutes of the China the 3 stream. But I was going to ask her, because she's usually, I can get some good information on what those squads are up to over there. I just ask her, like, so who's covering Cappy? And then, oh yeah, Jason Goodman had that, or this one had that, or Roy Potter. She watches a lot of these shows that I don't watch. These older people that are 10 years, that are in their, like the Roy Potter type audience is a little bit more mature than the audience that's watching my content. And that's why a lot of times, his viewers don't come over and view my content. The algorithm's not set up to show those people my content. Yeah, the crying face girl. Yeah, man. Anybody that's crying and they're on a panel, and if you're, you got to recognize that this is a multimedia platform, and just like in the movies, when people cry, we know they're acting. I mean, there's some people in the audience that are crying along with the girl. So it's the same with people that are in distress on this website. well, don't just keep pushing them. You're gonna end up looking stupid, and people are gonna make fun of you after. So let's see. Maybe I'll hit refresh on this, and I'll see, because it says 13 viewers, and only 5 participants. It's like really weird. And we'll pop out. Participants. What the heck? Psychic rig on. Well, the Streamlabs makes it kind of easier to go live too, because it always fills in the you just hit a live button and you don't have to go through that whole window. It's kind of cool. But oh, I went forward on a video. That's what I did. Oh, I'm all screwed up here. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Adelaide, what did you feel bad for? TC, and TC is who? Truth Convoy. Yeah, okay. Truth Convoy's video was good. Yeah, she had the she needs to start putting a book out, so that if she's got her fan running, that there's a book between the fan, any wind, and her cell phone, or the microphone on her if it's a computer microphone, she's got to put something so that the wind from the fan doesn't blow by the microphone, because there was a little bit of feedback. But I still listened to it. It was hard to listen to because of the feedback. But I listened to it. I know she did a video about her experience with with the subject matter that's very, very difficult for people. And man, it was an amazing stream, it was an amazing video, because I always wonder how people like her can just wear their heart on their sleeve and just tell everyone all these intimate stories, and just, you know, be truthful and forthcoming with a person. And there's so many hateful people on this website that are gonna that want more details to abuse you with. So I mean, when I heard that story, it's like there's another person that I'm not gonna go out and whatever she wants to do, whatever kind of hunting she wants to do or not do, I'm not going to interfere. But I think she has good points in her, because she's reasonable in the sense that she's not telling people to go out and to get crazy and to go break any laws. She's giving good advice in the sense that she's you know, she's explaining that you require a badge, you know, like you need to have a badge, you need to be certified. And hearing somebody else make that point is good. I liked hearing that. It made me you know, some people that are younger that don't realize what kind of trouble you get yourself into if you do investigate these pedophiles and all this child abuse stuff, and you're not certified, and you get caught, God forbid, with any of this investigative content. It's just as you can't tell anyone, you can't tell the police that the police are corrupt, and I was doing the child investigation with my friends from YouTube on Pizzagate. You're just gonna go to jail right away for having those. They're not going to believe you when you tell them that you're a researcher. And when you have, you know, this kind of content, and when people know you have this kind of content on your computer, well, that's the Pizzagate content that they, you know, they can, if you're American, they can imply these things because they know how to make anonymous complaints in America. But once you start leaving countries, the American trolls are not that good at cyber stalking through different continents or different countries. So, but yeah, God forbid, let's say you're at a Starbucks and you're doing your research, and anybody sees you looking at these photos, and they're quite distasteful photos. That's why they're put out on YouTube, like the James Alefantis photos and the pictures of babies with their arms taped and stupid stuff like that. But if people see you looking at that on your computer in the Starbucks, they might call the police on you. As you, the pedophile, not Alefantis. You the one with that shit on your computer. They're not going to care that you pulled it off Twitter and it belongs to some other dude that's going... They're not going to care. And it depends to what varying degree of what kind of content, what type of stuff you downloaded or you're collecting. Everyone's different. And I wouldn't want to get anybody into that kind of trouble. I would explain to them that the best thing is to volunteer for these different groups. If you want to help child abuse, and go volunteer at a women's shelter. I mean, it's very difficult to help children. The government doesn't want your help helping other people's children. That's not how children work. The government's taking care of that, unfortunately. That's the way the system goes. And when you try and help other people's kids, I mean, you're just basically endangering a minor with your legal body, and you're going to end up in jail. And that's why the police and the state takes care of these kids, and then they end up in all these weird predicaments and homes, and that's the way the system is. You can't, you trying to get in between all that stuff is just you're going to end up in jail as a researcher for getting too close to the actual crime of these, and to the abusers or to the victims. It'll just trigger you to end up in jail. So I'm surprised more people haven't gone to jail over the LARPy LARP. I mean, the people that did end up going to jail were actors that would go over. The guy that shot up the Pizza Hut, or the ping pong pizza, shot one bullet into the floor. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see that many people going nuts on YouTube as much as Alex Jones. Alex Jones is the craziest person on YouTube as far as I'm concerned. That actually has traction, that gets seen. Yeah. Public service announcement. So nice. I tell you, we got 4 people. We got 9 lurkers. I'm going to take lurk mode. We're in lurk mode, folks. So I'm here studying the people studying me. Now I'm opening the window over here on my other computer. And it's kind of enjoyable for me to actually to come in and do live streams, because when you do live streams, you don't end up watching people's content, so you kind of like, let's say if I do 2 hours of live stream, that's like 2 hours less of me knowing what's going on. And I mean, the trolls should have just left me alone and left me have my channels and left me do my live streamings, because by ruining all that stuff for me, it just caused me to bring the party to them. So now that I have my own live stream channel, look, I'm always live streaming. I'm not bothering anybody. I mean, frig, they should come over here and support the live stream. Yeah. And drink J Frog water. So let's just hope that a lot of the people that we know right now don't end up turning out, turning and doing the wrong thing or going any worse, and that we meet more people that are like it was really nice 3 weeks ago as we were meeting all new people from a new group that had a similar desire to speak their message. And it was nice seeing the message come out. It was especially fun for me to see it blossom to a point where people thought I was in control of some kind of a revolution on YouTube. And yeah, I bring the party, man. Once I see there's people standing around, man, I bring the party right to the street where everyone's standing. And I guess this week I'm gonna start doing something a little different this week, and that is I'm gonna do a little review. I'll do a little review on what's happening. Like, let's say I'll do a review in the middle of the night of what happened today, and then I'll post that out at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A little half-hour overview of what, and I'll have it marked down to 4 or 5 people that I'm following, like Corsi, Steele, Goodman, and then Cappy, and I'll just see what these people are all covering. And just from covering, and watching these 5 or 10 people, I'll be able to tell you what's going to happen next. When, what's the next storyline that they're all going to push together. Because things come out. They come out just like you would think. It's like the easiest thing to see. Like the first person, one person will make a video about something, then another one will talk about this, and then and you can tell they're all pushing the same storyline. So, I've been noticing that UNRIG, Unirock's woman there, she's been making videos. So I always, it's like, it's funny how when I guess it's not funny, but I guess when, when you make it, let's say you start working with Alex Jones and these people, it's like, people right away they instantaneously think of themselves as a superstar on YouTube. It's very easy to have the YouTube superstar thing going on. It's quite easy. So it's just something to look out for. If you're on YouTube and you have a channel and you end up with a bunch of subs, and it's hard to stay humble, but it's a good idea to look around at some of the people that don't stay humble, like like Richie from Boston or like Unirock, and to just try and stay a little bit more humble. And obviously Defango, Defango was hating on Unirock because Unirock was getting more subs than him, but it's good to stay humble on YouTube, and it's nice to lose your channels every once in a while. That way you don't feel like DCFS. Lord, who is DCFS? What's DCFS? Oh, man, Auburn Jules, man, thank you so much. Jesus, Murphy, what a team. I better not say that too often, man. You're going to get attacked in the back. Every time you go to sleep, people are going to slander your avatar. But, yeah, it's a good thing we have a deep hatred for each other and everybody knows about it. That way they'll leave you alone. But that's good news. So Manny's at the Geek Conference. I didn't know that was this week. Manny's at the Geek Conference, so it's, what is it, the 8th? Jesus, Murphy, I need to see what date it is today. And Lift the Veil's pushing the Hollywood Chicks pizza box book. Well, Lift the Veil's going to be pushing Voodoo Pizza. And I want everyone to recognize that Voodoo Pizza, I believe, is James Alefantis. Just like ping pong. Just like the Comet ping pong pizza. So Voodoo Donuts is just like Comet Pizza. It's basically a damn restaurant. And it's the whole storyline is created around going viral. So anytime you see James Alefantis' name pop up, just think, I seen that guy, James Alefantis. He's the original guy that brought the pizza story to YouTube. So if you see him pop up again around the Cappy guy, they're all working together. Cappy is probably working for James Alefantis. And if that's the case, Cappy contacted Thomas from Cicada to come onto YouTube. So James Alefantis and Thomas are likely friends. I mean, this guy James Alefantis is likely friends with the overseers of YouTube. You know, because he's a guy that was already viral. He's a guy that they would know from these internal meetings that YouTube's been having for the last 20 years. So, I don't care about James Alefantis. He's basically just a glorified YouTuber. He's like that guy that what was that photographer that took at the Nice truck attack that had taken the video, and he was also the first person standing in line when the first iPad was given out in 2009 at the Apple iStore in New York. He was the first guy in line. Ishtar or something like that. No, it's he had some kind of weird last name. But I got videos for him. I can put them back up. CJM's back in the house. And, yeah, we still got lurkers, man. We got Lord Rothschild showing up. What's up, Rothschild? What's up? Lord Rothschild, thanks for LARPing for me at LARPing for the Lord. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the pizza box... you know, they ain't gonna get me to talk about pizza, about no sex with pizza, no pizza parties, no pizza nothing. Not all summer, just like I promised. And every time they introduce more, you know, sick storylines revolving around kids and food and abuse, well, I'm going to do my darndest to make them wish they never said that. And this guy Cappy, whatever he's doing over there on his, I think he's streaming on Periscope, because he's giving people hugs and kisses and stuff, and there's a lot of that lovey stuff over on Periscope where everybody's there's all hearts every time someone talks and stuff, so it won't be long till he gets his ass over here on YouTube before he meets the YouTube audience. And they ain't going to be giving him no hugs, man. Cappy, as soon as he comes over here and tries to make his own YouTube channel, it's a wrap for that guy. So he better keep just pumping out his dumpy videos with his, Inferno, whatever. What's the name of that channel? Something Inferno. Call it Toxic Inferno. But Isaac Cappy, all his videos are released from the same channel, and that's just bullshit, man. That's not a regular guy. Cappy's not just a one dude letting out videos. He's the guy trying to go viral with James Alefantis. Oh man, it's getting good in here. The Lord approves. Oh man, Lord Rothschild. Yeah. Well, you know, maybe Lord Rothschild is Truth Convoy, because she said she might have a account to come and look at other people to make sure they're not slandering her. But who knows, man? Who knows? I just know that you don't want the wrath of Denise. You want to keep that woman happy with you until until I'd say you give Denise 6 more weeks, and she won't be freaking out as much, and she'll have a better handle on not doing things that put her over the edge and over the, you know, and make people outwardly not like her back. And me and Denise are not the same, you know. Like, I have a very good understanding of the platform, and Denise doesn't have the same depth inside computers as me, so she's a lot easier for them to trick her with their bullshit. But it's cool that she popped in. She said her part. She said she wasn't saying this, and then she popped back out. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. We're going to be featured in this week's Lifestyles of the LARPing or non-LARPing and Famous. And I can't wait to hear her take on this live stream. But she did give me a good idea to put, and I thought it was kind of clever of her. And so, I think I'm going to adapt her idea and make her spicy clover sprouts. Oh, that smells good. Yeah, I'm glad that you find some of my jokes funny. Because it'd be pretty crappy if I didn't, you know, I mean, I think I'm funny. But if I wasn't funny and if I was just really mean, it would be crappy to watch my videos. It wouldn't really be that enjoyable. Deep down, I prefer to just make fun of the person than to actually not like them and be mean to them. So, but it's very difficult. Especially when people do videos and they say things like, you know, they start describing things and you know more and more and more about a person, and then you just know that they're wackadoodle, man. Like, when you stand next to these people in the street, like, they just, it's not, there's not a good energy there. So, I think it's still pretty damn hot here. I think I might have to go in the hot tub. Got this damn hot tub, and I only use it like 2 or 3 times a year. So at least I don't because I keep the hot tub because everybody in Montreal installs pools, you know, and everybody has a pool. So if you don't have a hot tub, you end up friggin' owning a pool, and then you end up friggin' a hole in the ground that costs like $700 to maintain every year. But did you know that Quebec is the province with, or I think per capita, the most pools in their people's backyards? Quebec, where it's always winter. Yeah, if you do a Google Maps overview of all the, you know, all the houses in Montreal, you'll see almost every backyard has a pool. Especially when you get to the West Island, where I'm from. Thanks, Chorus. And you know, don't think I'm immune to the same thing that ends up taking down these LARPs, which is, you know, just the heartbeat of the internet. And it's like, geez, you know, if things go wrong and for whatever reason people don't like me, and it's very difficult, but it's not something personal against anybody, you know, it's my own journey. And as soon as you start trying to organize yourself on YouTube to make everyone happy, well, you'll probably just end up on YouTube, part of the system. It's so hard to maintain a you know, whatever reason you came to YouTube for. Like, if you came to YouTube to make content, like most people, like if you just came to YouTube to make money, well, that's different, you know. It's not easy to compete with those people because that's, in their mind, that's what they're doing here. So, I think, Canada sounds like South Florida. Yeah, it's actually really nice here now. It's warmer than Florida. It's like a real heat wave. I'm telling you right now, it's about 27 degrees. Let me check the temperature on my phone. You guys will be shocked. I'm just checking my my sheriff phone here for temperature weather. $22 degrees in Montreal, and it's I think it's 1 a.m. But it's damn hot. Oh, you guys don't do degrees. You do the other one. It's how do I change it? Fahrenheit. There you go, American friends. 72 in the middle of the night. In the wintertime, that's what temperature you keep your house at, you know, 72 degrees. So, otherwise you have, like, electricity bills are, like, friggin' crazy, man. And you always remember those numbers because your parents, when you're growing up, they're always like, put the temperature to 71. Stop putting it at 72. But, I got one new subscriber. 1% accomplished. Yeah, Auburn, it must be hot in Hallelujah Chorus's backyard, man. She lives right on the beach. So that's the nice thing is you get the cool air from the water. But the rest of Florida is friggin'... But I guess when you live on the beach, you're the first person with the hurricane season, you know. And I know back 4 years ago there was serious floods and all kinds of stuff. 4 or 5 years ago, might have even been longer than that. But I had a few friends that went to school here and then went down to Florida to go work on what's that place called in Florida where everyone hangs out, this stupid boardwalk thing. Yeah, he was working down there. Yeah, that's what my dad used to always say, that, you know, put on socks, put on a jacket, like weird stuff like that. But it's no joke. In Canada, the heating bills are like $1,000 a month in the winter time for like 4 months. Yeah, South Beach, exactly. My buddy was he was working at a I guess he was one of the hosts at one of these bars in South Beach, so he was like a promoter of clubs. All right, so it's enough sitting. This is usually how I do my YouTube. Do it standing up here in my old little on my my desk, and that way I don't end up with a spina bifida. So I want to just thank everyone for watching. I got 5 or so people lurking in the chat, so I just want to thank them for, you know, making me feel important There's 5 secret people that want to know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. From $700 to $1,000 a summer to maintain, and that's just an above ground pool. I mean, an in ground pool, God forbid it gets a leak and you gotta start breaking cement and friggin' redoing linings and all kinds of bogus stuff. And it's all done by professional pool installers, and they're all, it's like a bloody mafia. So, yeah, I don't even my hot tub is about, probably about $500 a year to maintain and to turn on. But the cool thing about a hot tub is it's hot. It's not cold like a damn pool. So most of the money goes to paying the heat for the water. But it ain't no thing. It ain't like I gotta friggin' run a windmill for electricity. I just pay Hydro-Quebec and it just comes like that. Easy as YouTube. Hey, Larry. Yeah, well, you got an ice cream, man. You're the smartest one of us all. And it's cool. I got people, more people in the chat than ever. I guess this live stream, I should call it the ICQ stream. And yeah, Larry, what do you think of my new right up here, the new face mask? This one's not cucumber mask. This one is a it's basically a moisturizing. I guess it's a Dead Sea mask. So it's a little darker. I don't know what Dave Acton's gonna have to rename me from Mayo Face to something else. We'll see what they come up with. Maybe Doo-Doo Face. That'd be a good one. Yeah, it's true. There's definitely the people watching me are watching everyone in my chat, and you guys are gonna feel more pressure, like as they have less pressure from the group, whatever group it was. Once that group goes away, they're gonna focus in on and on all the people that support me and trying to weaken me as a person by, setting those people off against me. So something to look forward to, kids. It's gonna get more exciting. So if anybody wants to know how to set up Streamlabs, or if anybody wants to know, I can easily show you, even in a live stream. I can show you how to do it in like 2 or 3 steps. So if anybody does, just download the app, the Streamlabs app, and go on the open your web browser and type in Streamlabs and go to that page, and save it in your favorites, and yeah, just make me know that you're interested in a quick little lesson on that, and I'll do a video for you so that you can put all this stuff on your live streams if you're ever gonna have them. The best is the text to speech, and I think you have to have it on my desktop, but I'll do that. My other channels should be able to live stream, in the next couple weeks, because I got strikes right around May 9th. So they all kind of are expiring. So, that the one where I did the boxer's challenge to Monograph and he struck my channel and it went down, that channel should be back shortly. That was about 2 months ago. So usually when you kill your live stream, it's for 3 months. So LARPing for the Lord. The Lord is not happy with that name, sir. So they say. So some say. Yeah, the deputies are doing all right, because the deputies are doing their part, and I deputized a few people, and it worked out really well. and they went from 20 subs to 100 subs, 200 subs, and away they go. Nothing wrong with that. And obviously, obviously, everyone's responsible for how they act. And it's just like real life. You can always do good things, and then you can screw up, and hopefully people forgive you if you just screw up one time or two times. But if you screw up all the time, every day, non-stop, well, hopefully people see that too. And, yeah, it was real fun having deputies, and things were just going so, they were just, it was like just going according to like a chorus, like an orchestra. And that's it. And everything has a shelf life on YouTube, and people, and these whole trends and stuff. That's what is amazing about social media and YouTube is that the trends and stuff like that are real. Like, that's a reality, So they change from time to time. Like, they get people can do amazing things, and then all of a sudden 2 weeks later it's very difficult to do the same things. But usually when things freak out, if you just let some time go by, and usually things just come back to normal within 3 or 4 days. Does everyone see that I'm healing up from where I was attacked by Laz 2 days ago by my tree in front? The gardener got me. But not to worry, folks. I will have a full recovery of this laceration to close to my good eye. I almost lost my good right eye. Yeah, everyone, every once in a while, you got to take a break and see what's going on, and reassess and see how they're breaking down your efforts, and you have to reposition yourself so that they can't break them down anymore. You have to, on a lot of times it helps just to kind of go out on your own and to do what you were originally doing, and to not rely on everybody else. It's not going to it doesn't get easier to try and save yourself with 3 or 4 people. It's better for each of the people, if they're good, just to do it, make it on their own. Nobody can't help you save yourself. You just keep going on and doing what you're doing, and people they recognize, or they never believe you again. One of the two. Yeah, sometimes I go to Laguna Beach. You live in Orange County? I go down there every once in a while. It's nice. But I think it's a huge difference between the East Coast and the West Coast when you actually it's kind of like Florida and stuff is like it's like an older, it's more hippity happity on the West Coast. More down to earth in Florida, I bet. The West Coast is pretty out there. Couldn't stand the traffic when I went to California. I couldn't believe it. It was like 3 hours in traffic. So yeah, it's good that I don't have much to say today. That way I'm not upsetting anyone. This one stream, I mean, the only person I possibly upset was Truth Convoy, and she would have likely said something about me not doing something right anyways. So we're not doing that bad today, folks. 1991, there was riots. Oh, that's when they did the They threw that big brick at that poor guy, and they had the Watts riots in 91. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. The craziest thing about the riots is that the people that get caught, as an innocent person in this whole, and they get dragged out by mob justice, and it ain't pretty, man, seeing that on news. And I can assure you, if you're hunting pedos, I don't hunt pedos. If you catch a pedo, I mean, that's not something that you want to do. You don't want to be that guy catching them and being the one that has to put them under citizen's arrest, I guess, because most of these people don't. So it's tough, man. It's a tough gig, this YouTube, and especially since they brought all this, the child abuse thing. And the child abuse thing is a very popular topic. Not popular in a way to say, but it's a topic that's very prevalent in on the other side of the pond. And YouTube, you could see how they want to bounce one thing off the other from America, and then bounce it back to the UK, and then bounce it back to America. And people got to be able to see that, regardless if their intentions are good with regards to the surrounding story and the people around it. Just recognize that as the internet's moving, they're moving from Pizzagate to Elsagate back to Pizzagate. And the reason they do that is because they probably have a different group of people pushing the Elsagate than the Pizzagate, and because they kind of work together with the same theme, it strengthens both of those viral trends, which is all I will call them, because it's not an actual FBI release investigation uncovered. It's a viral video with a bunch of viral stories set off into YouTube to go viral for the storyline. So when you see that for what it is, it's hard to get on board with those subjects on YouTube, based on the fact of all the deception already surrounding it, and the heavily entrenched people that want you to talk about those things and do these kind of research. And the reason they want that, for their sick viral stuff to stay viral. That's how sick they are. Yeah, that's my take exactly, is that, and with the caliber of news reporters that I'm exposing, and the caliber of good people, and like all these heroes, like DeFango's a hero every couple months. I mean, we're talking about, this is not even B-rate movies acting. This is like D-rate commercial actors. Like, they're not even getting on a sitcom. They're doing the commercials, and they're ain't A or B. They're not even C. They're D. And yeah, for these people, for people that follow them to believe that these people are actually going to solve any crimes, period, any crime. I mean, that DeFango is likely to drive off with any money that he finds. I mean, there's not that many people that I would put up to the task of doing the right thing, especially if they're already on YouTube pulling scams. I'm not gonna believe that DeFango's gonna all of a sudden turn a new leaf, and if someone drops a bag with 20 grand in it, that he's gonna return it to the person. That's not how DeFango carries himself. And none of these people should be anywhere near the investigation. I'm saying DeFango and the people that are selling their stories, and they're not really looking into anything. The one that was inventing the puzzles that he was sending through the Cicada group, yeah, well, people like that, when they start saying they're the leaders of the investigation and it's into pedophilia, well, they're doing a disservice to to everyone. And, you know, a wise woman once said that that's actually normalizing, because of the fact that you're always talking about these things, and that's the normalizing that they're doing, unknowing, and that's why you don't, you don't put, I mean, some people let kids babysit, but it's better to have an adult babysit than another kid, because, and it's just like you don't let YouTubers go and investigate things that are out of their league. And not all YouTubers, but I'd say a great vast number of them. And especially if you're still, in your 20s and you have a kid and you have an infant, a newborn, it's too much of a, I think it's too big of a responsibility for a woman that's trying to raise and have the proper energy for a newborn baby and trying to give the baby nutrition and stuff, that she shouldn't be thinking about all these freaking freaked out stories that they pump onto the internet and they throw through Twitter and they pass around. It's like, it's too demonic. But to each their own, and I can't save people from themselves. And if people want to get upset, that's definitely, if people can handle the hardest subjects and spinning around in circles and being misled by people while exploring the hardest subjects, we'll go over there, man. Just type in Pizzagate and go find a few of those people that promote that storyline, and you're gonna have a very terrible experience. But the greatest thing is that the summer's almost over, and I managed, like I said, to not allow Pizzagate to be, well, it still has pretty much become some kind of retarded re-story, rebirth of the Pizzagate mantra. But I don't think it got as far. Like, if VOP would have went viral, and then Craig Sawyer would have came on, and then Honeybee would have started pumping her stupid documentary, we would have just been hearing about pizza the whole summer. And the fact that now they're talking, they left the pizza behind, and now they moved on to donuts, and it's Voodoo Donuts, and it's no more pizza ping pong. I mean, it was a good idea to move away from the pizza, and maybe the donuts, maybe we should just let them have their little donuts for a couple weeks, and it's better than the Pizzagate story. We'll get the Voodoo Donut story for a while. But have no fear, kids. Order your pizza before it's gone, because Uber will be closing down all pizzerias except for Domino's. Everyone else is going to be closed. They'll be closed. If you have money invested in Subway sandwiches or pizzerias, it's time to pull out, kids. Uber Eats, McDonald's deliveries, well, they're going to put all them people out of business. And I'm talking about completely out of business. Like, you ain't going to want to order pizza soon. In like less than 2 years, pizza will all be it'll be like you'll have to buy one pizza, will be $40 because everyone else will be closed. Yep, and you'll have Google to thank. So yeah, Adelaide, you didn't know that it was donuts now? Now it's Voodoo Donuts. Unfortunately, that's the new one. And oh, J-Man, you go fishing? You should do a little video of you fishing, just one little cast, and maybe a catch, and just film it so that we can all enjoy fishing as YouTubers. It's like a video game. I used to play this video game, World of Warcraft, And you used to be able to go fishing as a character, and I had a best friend that was playing World of Warcraft, so I joined the game, and I bought a membership, and I would run over, and I would be like, look, now we can hang out again, I'm a character too in the game. And then like he was at a level 60, and I was at a level 1, so he would always try and get away from me, because I would attract too many demons over to him, and he'd be fighting everyone for me, but I'd be following him around all the time. And finally he got sick of me on the game, and he stopped, and then I played that game, World of Warcraft, for a long time. But I used to always laugh, because I would go online and I would go find the guy. He'd always be fishing by some stupid water hole trying to get fish for potions and stuff. And I was always like, Jesus Christ, this guy spends 3 hours a day fishing in a video game. So help us out, J-Man. Do a little video on your phone of you catching a fish with a nice horizon in the background, and I bet you everyone from this stream will watch it, and they'll probably enjoy it more than a lot of the garbage content that's coming out this week. Cool, mate. I go for the blunts. The fishing is a bonus. Bye, y'all. Yes. Australians are such great people. They're like, I think people that are coastal people are, maybe it's because they're on a coast, and then the whole island is, I mean, it's a big continent, but a lot of the people in Australia are coastal. They're just a happy-go-lucky people, a bit like Newfoundlanders from Canada. Yeah, Australia. I'd love to go there. They got those kangaroos, man. I can't wait to see kangaroos. Probably go to Australia next year. Yeah, Trump, unfortunately, Trump's not paying taxes. That's not how being a millionaire goes. And not only Trump's not paying taxes, but Google's not paying taxes, Microsoft's not paying taxes, GE's not paying taxes. Like, actually the only people paying taxes in America are the working people. And the big companies actually all have these tax, I mean, they're all multinational at this point, and they're not paying the taxes to the states. You just believe because you're American that they're American companies still, because it gives you pride to know that those great companies are American firms, but they're not anymore. They're just shell companies, and they're just brand names, and then the actual money's going by credit card to Amsterdam, and they're not paying any tax to anyone. And then they're, obviously when they're paying out people, they're paying all the taxes, deductions at source. Just like Google's going to start doing. You're going to start to get a Google check, and taxes are going to be removed based on which area you're living in. Like if you're in one state and the taxes are so much, it'll be taken out of your Google check. And the reason that that's going to happen, well, because the government doesn't want to figure out who everybody's YouTube channel is and who everybody's PayPal is. So they're just going to get Google to do it. And if you get a check from Google, they're going to want to have your social insurance number. It's going to just happen like that. One fell swoop. It's going to go from being free money for a lot of people to people ain't even going to want the extra $2,000 because it's just going to well, in America, the taxes ain't no problem. But if you're in California and you make, $10,000 on Google, well, you probably owe a couple thousand to the government of California. So it ain't going to be that cool for people in high tax areas. Oh, Vonders, join the party. Man, I got the best group of people here, man. I should just quit YouTubing right now, man. I almost made it to the top. I don't think it can get any better than this. The only thing that can happen now is all our dreams get smashed, and everyone tries to convince everyone that we're looking at right here to hate each other. So try and avoid that if you can, folks. But obviously, I would suggest to people to explore other websites for making friends. And I'm not saying Tinder or Plenty of Fish or any of these friggin' websites. But I'm suggesting that I'll try and figure out some kind of healthy alternative to, like, where there's wholesome chat or something, and see if I can make a suggestion to people. Maybe it'll just be a different section of YouTube, you know, and I can point it out, like how to find this section. Lord Rothschild. What a great name. So guys, 1:49 a.m. here, and I appreciate everyone stopping by. I know, David, man, thanks for noticing. I did terminate VOP. I terminated Craig Sawyer right back over to Facebook. Man, he gave up on YouTube when he saw me when I started calling him directly and making videos. He was like, "Oh no, we don't want a piece of that. Forget it." We thought we could get some advertising for Netflix, but this guy, the sheriff, looks like he's about to start calling Netflix, which is what I was going to do. And the fact that I didn't is just because he went away. And like I said, I don't go off this website and start hassling people and chasing people down. So as soon as someone gives up and leaves, well, I give up on them. So when Craig Sawyer decided that he didn't want to go viral on my YouTube anymore, I left him be. And I let him entertain his little friendship with Lift the Veil, waste his time. And the both of them, Lift the Veil and Craig Sawyer, they're going to end up in the same place. In like 5 years, they're going to be on, one of them's going to be on InfoWars and the other one's going to be doing infomercials. And hopefully, you know, if these people get smart over here in the TWOOF movement and all these haters, someone friggin' send me some, you know, I mean, Craig Sawyer himself should send me $100 a week and say, don't go to Periscope, come work for me and be my promoter. I mean, I'll have that guy working as Chuck Norris inside of 2 weeks. I mean, we'll be booked back to back. Chuck Norris movie, Chuck Norris. I mean, is it just me, or does that guy look exactly like Chuck Norris, Craig Sawyer? Who does news while he's working on old houses? Cause that's cool, man. You do like renovations and you do news at the same time. It's all right. Carlton. Don't know them. Yeah, I got up pretty early this morning. That's why I'm kind of tired tonight. Usually usually if I get up later, but this morning I think I was up at 6 o'clock or something crazy, 7 a.m. It was really nice out this morning, and I did some. I repaired some asphalt, so I had to do it when it was hot out. And I've been planting some grass seeds and some, it's a little bit late in the season, but I planted a bunch of flowers, you know, that these wildflowers that come and you just sprinkle it out and wildflowers grow all over the place. I planted them all over my neighbor's property across the street and stuff, and in the parking lot. So in about a week, everywhere around my house is going to have flowers. It's going to be pretty cool. Well, man, thanks, David. Thanks, man. And it's not just me. It's not just me. It's amazing. A lot of people point it out, and then, they just stop. They just go get on board, and then it's like they look at you dumbfounded. But I appreciate you feeling that way. It does make me feel good that people feel that way, and it's not everybody that feels that way. Definitely none of the trolls feel that way, and all the people that support the troll army feel more like they want to make the impression opposite to what you said. So it's real nice. And, that's why I don't worry about, in the face of people calling me out and stuff. I let it happen, and people can judge for themselves. And you'll be able to see, you look back, look forward, look around, and, hell. If there was something to catch me in to do with any of these scammers, I would have already screwed myself over. Like even right now I'm all tired and drowsy and talking away. I mean, if you're a scammer, man, it's the end of your road as soon as you start saying the wrong thing here and there. And if your mind is filled with packs of lies and stories that you've told, it's so easy to get tripped up, especially when you're doing too many things at once. So, I ain't worried, man. I ain't worried. And, I saw a video today from Universal Mother, where she was like, calling out some cats and some people that had injured cats. She wasn't very happy with them. I thought that was kind of funny. And it's funny, but even though I have problems with Monograph and everybody else that had problems with Monograph, people are so shell-shocked from after having problems with that guy that they don't even know, they don't even want to be, like, they don't even know who's what or where. It's like, even though I'm arguing with the guy and I kind of like, people still don't believe it's true. They believe otherwise because of their experience with the guy. So, I'm happy, all the little old ladies and little homemakers and nice petite women from all across North America can go and have a look and give him a poke, and you'll see he's not coming back to YouTube in the same force that he ever was. So, once other people start noticing that and realizing and being nice to him because he's on his last legs, well, that's going to change when the people that he's tormented see that he's weak, and they're going to come back for a little peace. So I'm sure that he's never going to have, you can't come back hobbling as a senior if you were the biggest, baddest, meanest dude alive for 10 years. That's not how being a big, bad dude works. So, God bless his cold, dark, black heart, and all his friends too. And don't worry, folks, you don't have to worry about hating anybody that I don't like. It has nothing to do with you. You just keep on doing your YouTube and try and find a place where you can enjoy yourself. And the VOP guy, yeah, Pooey Louie. And it's funny because when I was taking down Pooey Louie, I was hanging out with the crew from Twitch and from Steam It, the Hoax Wars crew, and it was kind of fun. I had like 10 or so friends that were like, they're creative people, but they're all some kind of, pocket of resistance, or they just want to talk about things and do what we're kind of doing, but never really talk about anyone except the same people. So it's a little bit of a different scenario. And it's funny because as you cause something to not go viral, a lot of people take credit for it on YouTube, and especially people like Monograph will always step in and say, he did this, he did that, I did this, I did that. And that's why it's good to believe in yourself, and then any success you have on YouTube, well, you know you had that success. People can't take that away from you, even if they erase your channels. Yeah, Universal Mother, yeah. She's, she had problems with them sometime 2 years ago, or a year, maybe 18 months ago. And he was saying he was going to do all kinds of crazy things. And I kind of came to bat saying, you know, like, what is this guy bothering people for and acting so, you know, and when I came to bat for it, nobody really said anything, you know, except for a few people came out. And from that time there, that guy didn't like me anymore. He already knew that I had my eye on his ass, and I was just watching him. And he had already taken down a bunch of my channels, so me and him, it's been like a chess match for 4 years, and you know, the chess match is kind of over, and he kind of screwed up, because he, up to this point, up to this year, he was always portraying that it wasn't him, that it was other people, that he's, you know, that you'd never really think it was him, because he'd be nice to you too at the same time. And then, but you know that you see the way he acts with other people when he takes down their channel, that it was the same way he was acting with me. And it's funny, because back in 2015, I asked the guy, you know, like, when my channel was getting attacked and I was getting, you know, I was losing channels, I asked the guy for if he could help me with these people and talk to them. And just crickets, man, crickets. That's what I heard from him and Agent 19. Both of them, man, they deserve what they're getting. Those two gentlemen, man, they ain't good people, they ain't heroes. And for me, it's my pleasure to expose them. And I keep exposing them until they go away, man. 100%. I just keep doing it. And if they make any more, you know, criminal, I'll just keep praying for them to get arrested for all the crimes and all the things they do against the law. And most of the things I pray for come true. So hopefully we'll see an end to this madness inside of 5 months, and it'll be 100% buried and no longer a problem. So, ladies and gentlemen, women, men of the night, it's time for you all to get into bed and tuck yourselves in. What a good thing to do is to get under the covers, and you push the cover in under the thing there like your grandmother used to do 20, 30, 40 years ago. And let me tell you, you're gonna sleep so good, just like a cocoon. So I'll see you guys in the day tomorrow, and hey, hopefully it goes over nice like this, and we keep our our little chats positive, and we get to know each other a little bit more, and we don't have to talk about all these freaks. And I'll go have a look at what's been up today, and I'll post my video tomorrow is going to be what happened on Sunday. And I'm going to go along with that, you know, with that model of just kind of doing an overview, so I have kind of like a diary of what's going on. And then when I look back, I can say, okay, these people did this on this day. And I'm going to put in the video title, the people that I'm following that day. So you'll be able to look back over the videos and see the different names of the different people. And then slowly, after about a month, everyone will understand how I know the difference between people that are authentic and people that are working as LARPs. So, yeah, good night, Adelaide. Good night, Lady Court Tales. Good night, Hallelujah Chorus. And, you know, I just got to put in a little word for your name, Hallelujah Chorus. It doesn't seem like it's blasphemous at all, you know, and it's just strikes her the wrong way, so who knows about that. And LARPing for the Lord, man, you're pushing the limits, buddy, so hopefully LARPing for the Lord will be LARPing for love, or LARPing for Denise, or LARPing for Convoy, LARPing for Truth. Wasn't he LARPing for Truth before? Maybe she took offense to that and she made him change it because it was too close to her name. But, yeah, do YouTube for you and don't worry about everyone else. And if people tell you they don't like you, so many rotten people on YouTube that if people are saying they don't like you and it's a big group of people, you're probably doing good YouTube. So, imagine that. China 3.